People of Earth, I am really close to the camera. I hope that doesn't make you uncomfortable. This is the new location. What? I hope it's good. I like this background. It's a towel that my friend Diana gave me and her mom gave me, and yeah, so thank them for this lovely background. If you hear any random noises, that is because I have moved. I am in a new city / town. I don't know the terminology because I literally just moved here. And I was watching some YouTube videos, as one does. Oh shoot, my books fell over. And I saw Read with Cindy's video about the mid-year book Freakout Tag. I think the original creator is Kat from Paperback Dreams. I really like both of those channels, so you should check them out. Link in description, as always. Sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry you had to hear that, you know what I mean? Okay, and if you don't know what a book tag is, because I haven't done book content for a minute, you know what I mean? I did, like, the last one I did was a book review, and my channel is commentary in media, and it's either YouTube / celebrity or books or movies for other media. It's books and other stuff, okay? And I haven't done a book video in a while, and the reason I'm not even gonna get into that, it's just that I don't read a lot, and I just got into it. I read, but I don't read as much as other booktubers. I'm not a booktuber. I kind of am. Nah, I'm not. That's an insult to booktubers. But anyway, I'm gonna do the mid-year book freakout tag. Number 1, best book you've read so far. And I think best book I've read so far is Light in August. Where'd it go? I thought I brought it. I didn't bring it with me? Ah, shoot. Well, I'll put the right here. It's right here. I'm pointing at the air in real life, but you guys don't know. Light in August is by William Faulkner, and it's basically about... Honestly, I forgot. It's my, like, best book of the year for me, but I literally forgot, like, I know the events of what happened. It's just that it's been a while, because I read that in the beginning of the year. It was, like, the second book I read of the year, so I, like, finished in January, February, whatever, and I read it for school. It's basically about this girl who, it's not about a girl, but it starts off with a girl, and she's going to this... She's going on a search for the dude who got her pregnant and left her. I forget his name, because it's been a minute since I read it. And the themes of the novel are racism. I was trying to think of other themes. There aren't a lot of other themes besides that. It's a really good book. Highly recommend, my dudes. Highly recommend. What I like about reading classics in school is that the teacher explains what's happening and gives you a little bit of a nudge in terms of, like, your understanding of the book. Like, if you wanted me to read Crime and Punishment on my own, I would laugh. I would laugh, because you're not dumb. Like, you can read, but there's things that are happening and you're like, what just happened? Because I read the words, but they're not going in my mind. they're not going in my mind. And Light in August was one of those books where one of those classics where you could read it, and it's super helpful to have a teacher, but, like, I didn't feel like I needed a teacher to read it, and that made me feel smart. So, yeah. I remember that my favorite part of the book was when, I forget the character's name, is when they'll be, like, thanks to iMovie words, iMovie titles or whatever. I'll put the character name right here, or right here. I don't know which side. But anyway, when they talked about that character, best part of the book. Best part of the book was when they talked about that character, and then when they would switch to other characters, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. It was a really good book, very cohesive. They started and ended with the girl that no one cares about. We don't care about the girl. But anyway, number 2. Best sequel. I have it here. Wait. Oh, no, wrong book. Beastars Volume 2 with Luis. Alright? Luis, he may be a deer, but he is very foxy, okay? Just saying. Just saying. This is the best sequel that I've read this year because it's the only sequel I've read this year. So, it wins by default, but it deserves it. I don't think this is gonna change anytime soon just because I really, really love this manga. I love the anime. Chef's kiss, you know. This is one of the best manga series. It's my favorite manga series, honestly, because it's just, the artwork is just so different from any other manga that I've read because a lot of manga is like the same. You know what I mean? It's the same, like, it's the same drawing style. It's like shoujo or whatever. This has its own art. Like, I've never seen Paru Itagaki's, I hope I said that right. I have never seen any other manga draw the way he's drawing, and I think that's very unique, especially in a genre where, like, the art kind of looks the same and you're kind of there just for the story or the plot or the characters or whatever. You're there for the art needs to be decent. It's just like it's the same, you know what I mean? And for this, I was pleasantly surprised, which is, I'm coming up to that, by this book, and I really liked it. So, number 3, I don't know what I'm doing. New release you haven't read yet. A Song of Wraiths and Ruin looks really good. I really want to read it. I don't know the plot. That's gonna be me for any new release, but and Pine. I read the synopsis for both of those books. I don't know if you guys would care. They both look cool. Do you want me to find it? I'll find it. 1 second. Okay, A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. Alright? Sorry, I keep burping. I had breakfast today, and I have no idea what I ate because I went to the farmer's market, and I bought something, it looked good, but I don't know what I ate, and it tasted good. I just don't know what it is, and it's making me burp, so you guys don't care. Or maybe you do. But that's not the point. So, the first in a fantasy duology inspired, a duology. I like duologies better than trilogies, just saying. Inspired by West African folklore, in which a grieving crown princess and a desperate refugee find themselves on a collision course to murder each other despite their growing attraction. I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty cool to me. I don't even need to read the rest. I just don't, because that alone to me, like haters to lovers sound, that's what the trope sounds like, with a little bit of West African folklore. I am excited. Pine by Francine Toon. They are driving home from the search party when they see her. The trees are coarse and tall in the winter light, standing like men. Lorne and her father, Niall, live alone in the highlands in a small village surrounded by pine forest. I wouldn't have guessed. Lol. Did I just say lol? out loud. I'm sorry that you cringed inside because I also did. When a small woman, I was about to say village, stumbles out onto the road one Halloween night, Niall drives her back to their house in his pickup. In the morning, she's gone. In the community where daughters rebel, men quietly rage, and drinking is a means of forgetting. Oh, that got really sad really quickly. I'm gonna keep reading. The mysteries like these are not out of the ordinary. The trapper found hanging with the dead animals for 2 weeks, locked doors and stone circles, the disappearance of Lauren's mother a decade ago. Lauren looks for answers in her tarot cards, hoping she might one day be able to read her father's turbulent mind. I am not regretting my decision to read this, but it's a thriller. She unites the gloom of the modern Gothic with the pulse of a thriller. I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds pretty cool to me, so I'm excited. The reviews on it are very, conflicting. Oh, I hit my desk. Conflicting, and a lot of people are giving it 4 stars and not 5 stars, so that makes me feel like the ending's bad, and the rest is really good, but I don't know, and I'll find out. Number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. The Stormcrow. Now I have to get out Goodreads again, because I need to read the synopsis, because I feel like I need to be a little bit professional. The cover looks really cool. How many pages is it? 352? Okay, good amount. In the tropical kingdom of Rodair, magical elemental crows are a part of every aspect of life until the Aleutian Empire invades, destroying everything. That terrible night has thrown Princess Anthea into deep depression. Someone takes over your kingdom. How do you feel? I'm depressed. I love that. I mean, I would be too. Her sister Khaleesa is busy running the kingdom after their mother's death, but all Thea can do is think of all she has lost. But when Khaleesa is forced to agree to a marriage between Thea and the crown prince of Aleutian, Thea is finally spurred into action, and after stumbling upon a hidden crow egg in the rubble of a rookery, she and her sister devise a dangerous plan to hatch the egg in secret and get back what was taken from them. Again, another book that has 4 stars and not more than 5 stars. But that synopsis sounds pretty good. I don't keep track of new releases. That's not something that I do. But I kind of just looked at my want to read section and I noticed, oh, this is going to be released in the second half of the year. So I think it was released 2 days ago as of filming this, but number 5. This is 10. 5. The loneliest girl in the universe. I think that's because I thought it was gonna have more action in it, and I think with space books about space, you're in space. That's the setting. You're not going anywhere. You're gonna be in the same satellite spaceship for the whole book. Probably the whole book, unless you're going back to Earth or to another planet. But you're mostly in the satellite. And I think for me, I just didn't like that because it gets kind of boring. And the main character, she was really boring. The plot was boring and weird. And I feel like it kind of makes sense and it kind of doesn't. It's just it was just boring because it also felt like you were being told what was happening and not a lot of showing, which, is fine. It wasn't that bad. It was just not the best writing, not the best characters. I liked how I liked the backstory. I just feel like if this was written differently and with a different villain, then it could have been cool. And I feel like the main theme of being alone in space, that's really scary and not great for mental health when you get emails from Earth but they take months for people to respond to you. I would hate that, and I think it dealt with this topic not very well, and there's so much you can do with that. Like, you're alone in space. It's about, I didn't even say what it was about. It's about this girl who's alone on a spaceship, right? But you can kind of tell that from the title, but it's just boring. Like, nothing really happens. I think I gave it 3 stars, maybe 2 if I was having a rough day, maybe 3 if I was having a this is a good day, you know? But it doesn't excuse bad writing. I thought it was bad writing. It was average. I think this book was average and painfully so, and that I can see this being like a Netflix movie if it hasn't been already. But the concept of someone going, like, not insane, but, like, well, yeah, going insane and also being, like, depressed because you're alone and you can't interact with any humans for, like, years, you know? That concept can go so many different directions, and it chose to go this, like, the direction of this story, and it's just like, why? 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 So, I was expecting more. And it's not my most hated book of the year, because I don't hate it, it's just painfully average. But the other books that I thought that got like a less star rating, or I didn't like more, I expected them to be bad, so it wasn't a disappointment, you know what I mean? Number 6. I forgot what it was. Number 6, biggest surprise. And the book that takes this category is I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. I don't know how to say it, but this book was, how do I describe it besides surprising? Because that's what the category I put this in, right? It was weird. It creeped me out. It really did. It creeped me out. I think that's the best feeling I can convey to you, is that it just creeped me out. Because I read at night, and reading a thriller at night, you know, good or bad idea, depends on what your deal is. I burped again, I'm sorry. But this book, I have feelings. I read it and bought it. I bought it and whatever. I got it because Paperback Dreams Cat recommended it, she read it, and I haven't read really any thrillers that I know of. Maybe I have read a thriller and I just didn't think of it as a thriller, but I don't know. And this is, I think, what I got from Kat's video is that this seemed like a good beginner thriller book. Like, if you haven't read a lot of thrillers, this is a good one. So I got it because I haven't read a lot of thrillers, if any, and it was just, the ending? First of all, you're creeped out the whole time that you read. Like, it takes 100 pages to, like, get into what's actually happening. And then, once you're past, like, the 100 pages, 150 pages, whatever, you've got, like, the other half of the book to go, right? And it's just the ending. If you've read this and you didn't understand the ending, I will leave in the description below a blog post describing what happened, because the ending doesn't make a lot of sense, and I thought I was dumb. This book made me feel dumb, and I don't appreciate it. You know, Light in August made me feel smart, and this made me feel dumb, okay? Because I finished it and I didn't understand the ending. Like, I didn't understand it. I had to read a blog post. And I looked in the reviews on Goodreads, and other people were confused, and that's how I found the blog post describing what happened. And let me just tell you, when I read the description, I was like, holy crap, that's what happened? That's what happened. And I spent like a whole day, alright? Whole day thinking about this book, trying to figure out what happened, because we end and I'm like, what happened? Because I knew that I wasn't piecing something together, you know what I mean? And it just made me feel dumb. And it's the biggest surprise, because it's not, I guess it's a twist ending, but it doesn't feel like a twist ending when you're reading it. It's not like, oh, I'm the villain, or blah, blah, you know? It's just like weird. It's weird. And it's the only book where we're not given a name for our main character, which was cool. You understand it once you read the blog post, or you're just smart enough to understand what happened. You're like, whoa, that makes sense. And I'm glad I read it. It just, I don't know. I have mixed feelings. Now we're on number 7. I was about to do 8. 7. Favorite new author. Beastars, Paru Itagaki. Love these books. I really enjoyed them. I already talked about the art style being newer and better than a lot of other manga. Really enjoyable. A lot like the anime, but not enough to where you feel like you're reading. That is the train. The train passed. I'm going to get back to it. So, I already kind of talked about these books. I talked about the sequel. Everything goes the same way for the first one. I highly recommend. This is my favorite manga series of all time. And unlike Death Note, you can watch the anime and read these and not get bored, because it's faithful to, like, the anime's faithful to the books, but not so much that you feel like you're watching the anime again, because I don't like rewatching shows except when I'm really bored or there's no content. I thought the train had passed. Apparently not, but it's okay, because I'm chilling, I think. Anyway, I really like these books. Highly recommend. And that leads me to number 8. Newest fictional crush. Who do you think? Who do you think? Luis, the deer. Yes, I have a crush on a deer. Get over it. One thing that really is weird about reading Beastars is that the relationship between him and Haru, I think that's the bunny's name. And I know about this because I watched the anime. I don't remember it being in this book, but it's in the anime. And it's just kind of weird to think of a bunny and a deer being together. It's just a little weird. It makes sense, it's just a little weird. You know what I mean? It's just a little weird. I like how he's very assertive. I really like how he thinks he's hot shit, and he is hot shit. He's not just like, he's confident, but not, he borders on being overconfident, and I don't think he crosses it. I don't think he's too overconfident, but I don't think he's a pushover at all, alright? He's not a pushover. If you say he's a pushover, I don't even know what your definition of assertive is, alright? Number 9. Newest favorite character. Haru, I guess. I don't know. I wrote down Haru, but she's not one of my favorite characters. In the anime, I find her to be really annoying, but in the manga, she's actually tolerable, and I actually like her in the manga, so the anime, I guess, did her dirty, because in the anime, she comes off as, like, I don't even know. She just comes off weird. She comes off like she knows more, I guess, but that she knows that she doesn't know more. I don't know. It's just weird. I just don't like her as much in the anime. She's tolerable because I like Legoshi and she makes Legoshi happy, but whatever. Or she kind of likes Legoshi. I don't really know. So, for number 10, it's a book that made you cry, and I'm gonna be real with you. I don't remember crying while reading any of these. Maybe during Beastars for some reason, but I don't really cry when I read. I cry when I watch movies, but I don't cry when I read. So, that's a fat 0 for me. Number 11. A book that made you happy. And that's the one. I don't have that book with me. I'll put it right here as I'm pointing at the air. And it made me happy. It flew by when I was reading it. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fluff, and I like that sometimes. Judge me. Number 12. Favorite book to movie adaptation. We're gonna go with Beastars again, because all the other books that I read do not have, they don't have a movie. They don't have a movie for them, so and this is an anime. That's not even a movie. So I don't even know what you want from me. I'm reading The Book Thief, but I'm not finished with it, and that would take the cake, because The Book Thief, double chef kiss. It's so good. The movie's really good. The book's really good. I'm just having a hard time getting into it because I already know what happened. So it's not as enjoyable of an experience when you already know what's going to happen. But it's really good, like, writing. Everything's good about it. It's just, the problem's me, okay? Favorite review you've written? I didn't write it. I made a video about the one. I haven't really written a review for any of the other books. I don't think so. I don't think maybe for Coffee Bean, because I hate this book. This book sucks. It's what? $17, I think, is how much it costs. Yeah, $17 for this. My comic books are thicker than this. I don't know. I don't understand why people like this book. I looked on Goodreads, and people are like, oh, this book is so, like, positive and stuff. It's like the first line, no joke, let me find it. The first line is, are you a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean? I'm like, that's inspirational. I get the main message of this book about, like, creating positive change and spreading positivity, and it just does a horrible job. Horrible job, overpriced. What's the most beautiful book you have bought this year? Now, I would say My Dude Luis, but Legoshi's looking pretty spicy. Okay, I'm sorry, Luis, I'm sorry. But in terms of beautiful, I guess this is pretty. I don't know. I really like The Poet X. I don't know. I was gonna say The One for this, but those covers are so lazily done. I feel like there's not really a lot of effort put into them, which is fine. You can have low effort and still have something beautiful, but I can't really appreciate it as much. I'd rather say, these two, or The Poet X was really good. I really like the covers of all those books, so that's my answer for, I didn't say the number, did I? That was number 14. Number 15. Books to read for the end of the year. Well, I'm gonna move over here and point at the air, because I don't have these books yet. And I already talked about the books that I really want to read, like the newest releases and stuff. But really, I have a whole stack next to my bed that I'm gonna get out now. And some of them are holding up my camera, but I don't know what to do about that. It's a Bad Unicorn, Fluff Dragon, which is the sequel to Bad Unicorn, Zenith, The Eye of the World. Not looking forward to that one. I have the audiobook and it sucks. I hate it so much, but I bought like the nice edition and I feel weird having a book on my shelf that I haven't read. I don't like doing that. And then The Book Thief and Hour of Trial. I got this in a giveaway. That's the end of this book tag. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I want to read Perfection by Murphy Napier. She is a booktuber. And you can't even, I don't even know if you can get this book still. I know she's not making new copies anymore because people were like taking it really seriously as a book. And it's really a Wattpad book. And these are her words, not mine. And from reading a little bit of it, like, I agree with that. There's a lot of typos. The font's weird and like generic, but it's okay. And I hope to finish it sometime this year. Empire of Storms. I thought it was going to be Singular Storm. I've read a little bit, about 50 pages or so. I want to finish this series, but the books are thick. They're thick, alright? Not as thick as me, but they're thick, okay? When you pick up a book that's 1,000 pages long, it's a little bit intimidating, and I'm just having a hard time dealing with it. And then I want to finish the Beastar series, but I don't know how that's going to happen because, I don't have a ton of money, and manga's like $10 per thing, so... And then Crime and Punishment, I want to finish this. I didn't finish it because I was reading it in school, and then we all know that an event occurred called a pandemic, and then Dream House by Cutie Pie Marcia, or Marcia, who is Felix Kjellberg's boyfriend. I don't know who you're talking about, PewDiePie. This is Felix's wife, right? She is really cool. She's really nice. She's so nice. I don't know if you guys know, or I've seen some of her videos or seen her in PewDiePie's videos. She's just a really nice person, and I really hope this book is good, because it'd be really disappointing if it wasn't good, because it's like, I just want to film. Anyway, I really want to read this. I hope it's really good. My friend Diana said it's really good, but we have very different reading tastes. Like, she really loved The Night Circus, whereas I thought The Night Circus was like above average, but I didn't think it was like, it's her favorite book, but it's not like my favorite book, which is fine. But I honestly don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like this or if I'm gonna hate it. So that's my, that's my booktube tag. Whoa, no. These are the books for this video. I think, I forgot The Book Thief and The Hour of Trial and probably a bunch of others. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm kind of done. I will see all of you guys later. Let me know how you feel about the new setup in the comments. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you've read the new releases I was excited about. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!